You start feeling sick, maybe a headache, some body aches, congestion, so you take a COVID-19 test. It comes back negative, but there's a chance that result's not accurate. In today's Your Healthy Family, I'm showing you what you need to know to avoid a false negative. The FDA says if you take a COVID-19 antigen test too soon after exposure, your negative result could be misleading. It now says it may take several at-home tests before you get definitive results.
It doesn't mean we shouldn't use them, because when you think about it, if you've got it sitting in your pantry and you start having symptoms, it's going to be positive most of the time when you're actually infected.
Infectious disease specialist Dr. Robert Schooley says if your initial COVID-19 test is negative, be cautious, especially if you have symptoms. The FDA says to test again after 48 hours. If the second test is negative, it recommends a third at-home test or a PCR.
The key is, if you're worried about being infected, to go ahead and test yourself again.
Dr. Schooley says the two tests are reliable, but the at-home isn't as accurate if people test too early, when the viral load is not high enough to be detected, something that would happen with the PCR, which would get sent to a lab for analysis.
The virus is present in enough quantity to be picked up by the PCR test, but it is still below the limit of detection for that antigen test, which is not quite as sensitive.
Dr. Schooley says the at-home tests are still necessary to stop the spread of COVID-19 and says they'll be especially key later during flu season.
This is going to be important in the winter, because influenza is going to be here and people will have symptoms that are going to be hard to distinguish up front.
So the big takeaway here with these at-home tests, if your first is negative, still stay away from other people and test again in 48 hours to confirm that negative result. For Your Healthy Family, I'm Lisa Greenberg, and for more health stories, head to fox4now.com/yourhealthyfamily.